Hello everyone, Catweazle here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of A Touch of Evil and the Unspeakable Horror, where we're just about to start episode 9. But before that, yes, it's time for Catweazle's Cockle Corner indeed. Yep, just a couple of things. Remember our friend here, Inspector Cooke. He did get a couple of investigation, one for the secret passage, and then he got some investigation when he actually sent the shadow trap back. He should have got, for each of those, he should have got an extra investigation as per his special ability. So put those on his player tray. He's now at 7. He has 7 investigations, so he's doing very well there. The other thing, and thanks to Luca for that was David pointed that out. Thanks, David. Other than that, Luca pointed out that I've been missing something with regards to the summoning circles, and this is from the start of the game. Now, what happens is if you land on a space with a summoning circle, what we should have done is we should have rolled a d6 first before we encounter the space. If we'd got a 1 or a 2, we would have had to pull a mystery card, and if we got a 3, 4, 5 or 6, we would have got an event card. Now, I think I may have landed on a summoning circle a couple of times. We may have had Anne-Marie landing on the one in the Monastery, and we may have had I think it was the Scarlet Shadow landing on the one at the stone bridge. I'm not sure whether they were there first, whether the hero was there first, or whether they landed on the summoning circle. Suffice to say, we're not going back. Yeah, that's in the past. So few episodes ago. So we can't really go back and change it. And after all, I've probably diddled myself there, because it's a 3, 4, 5 or 6 you get the event card, which is good. It's only a 1 or a 2 that you get the mystery card. So in all probability I've done myself out of a couple of event cards there. But if we land on a summoning circle in future, before we encounter the space, we will have to roll a d6. So thanks to Luca for pointing that one out. Okay, right, that's the end of the corrections and clarifications. We can get on with episode 9 now. And our first player will be Anne-Marie, the school teacher. So let's get to the hero phase. And here we are with Anne-Marie at the windmill. And what we've got to do is got to find some investigation quick. But before we do that, we've got to roll for movement. Always roll for movement. So come on, Anne-Marie. She gets a 5. Excellent. So what she's going to do with that 5 movement, we're going to go back to the manor house, I think. We've got more chance of getting investigation, I think, if we actually go to a named space. So she's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We didn't land in the fields, and we're not encountering that space, so we don't have to bother about the summoning circle there. We've gone right past it. So now she's in the manor. Let's zoom in at the manor. Again, she's got no investigation, as mentioned, so she can't really do anything else. We're just going to have to encounter the space. So I'll get the manor deck out, and we'll see what we shall see. And here we are at the manor. We're not going to do any exchange of cards. The Scarlet Shadow is also at the manor, but we're not exchanging cards. Did that last turn. So it's just a question of crap shuffle time. And then we'll do a cut, and hopefully she can get some investigation. So hope I haven't like used up my finger of power. Come on. And let's get investigation. Skeleton key. Draw a random location for this key. Oh, this is like the other key, isn't it? While at that location, you may discard this key as an action to gain d6 investigation. Or discard this key as an action to immediately move to and encounter any named space on the board. Oh, damn it. So she gets to keep the key. It is a... Oh, she doesn't actually, because she already has a manor house item, and that manor house item is the Book of Riddles. So what we're going to do is we're just going to discard that. I don't think getting rid of a good item like the Book of Riddles, which remember gives her +2 combat. I don't think getting rid of that, just to give us a slight chance with the lair deck of getting the Manor coming out again, that's not going to happen. So yeah, she'll just get rid of that, unfortunately. So again, we haven't got any investigation, which is a bit of a downer. Okay, so that is it for her. Next up is Inspector Cooke. And here we are with Inspector Cooke. So he too has got to roll for movement. Come on, son. And he gets a 2, which is rubbish. So let's get that out of the way. Fortunately though, he is in an area where you can actually go somewhere. So he can go to the church, the town hall, the magistrate's office, or the blacksmith. We'll give the blacksmith a bit of a miss. He does have 7. He does have 7, doesn't he? He does have 7. So he just needs to keep 1, doesn't he? So there's old maps and horses and what have you. Charm relic. Healing herbs, are they worth it? And get himself a pistol. Could get himself a padded jacket. But we don't want him spending 7, because then he starts running out of cash and doesn't have enough for the showdown. But he could get a padded jacket. Could get himself another pistol for +1 combat. Is it worth it? Torch. Once per fight round, you may force an opponent to re-roll 1 of their fight dice against you. After each use, roll a d6. I think healing herbs. Discard at any time, except during a fight round, to heal 2 wounds from any single hero in your space. But we've got to mess around with the summoning circle there. I'm not so sure. Yes. Let's go to the town hall. The reason for that is we do get 2 events. So we're going to go to the town hall for 1. Then we're going to draw 2 events. So here's the event deck. So the first one, we'll do a cut near the top. And we get Duck and Roll. Play at any time to prevent up to 2 wounds to any hero, including yourself, and it's any time. So that's a good one. And the next one, we'll do another cut. And the next one is Brilliant Deduction. And look, it's Inspector Cooke. Play to give any hero or town elder +2 cunning for the rest of the turn or showdown fight round. Or play to immediately peek at the secrets of one town elder without revealing them. Well, no. We're not going to have that. I think Duck and Roll is by far the better one. So we'll keep that. Put it with our stash. Having done that, what we shall do is we've got to roll. Yeah, we've got to roll again, haven't we? After knocking Inspector Cooke over, we have to roll again, and it's, yes, D6. And we want a high number. We don't want a 1 or a 2, because we get a mystery card. And we get a 5. Woo! So that's great. And yeah, we just had to make sure we avoided a 1 or a 2, and we have done. Brilliant. So that is it for Inspector Cooke. Bit of a crappy roll, but yeah, we could have gone to the blacksmith and perhaps bought something, but we'd have been messing around with that summoning circle, and to be honest, possibly I should have got the padded jacket or the healing herbs, but I'm not so sure. Not so sure. Like the healing herbs, it's all like you can't use it on fight rounds, so not so sure you can use it in the showdown, which is when we'd want it really. So let's leave that. We can always go to the blacksmith again. We'll at least roll a 1. So if we change our mind, we can always still go there and buy something. Okay, that is it for Inspector Cooke. Next up, it is the Scarlet Shadow. And here we are with the Scarlet Shadow. So let's do a quick roll for him. And what does he get? He gets a 1. That is an event card, so that's good. So let's get the events and a cut again. See what we get. Hold back the darkness. Event. Play to add a resolve token to any town elder. That's cool. Play to cancel any single mystery card on the D6 roll of a 3+, and that's any mystery card. We may keep it for that. Play at any time if the shadow track is in the red to immediately move the shadow track D3 steps away from darkness. This is a huge card. This is the sort of card that you want. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to keep it for the time being, because we can play at any time. If you put a resolve token on a town elder, for example Sophie, and she gets hit, then that resolve token disappears rather than her, because she won't get knocked out. The resolve token will help her stay upright. And you never know, in the interim we may get some horrible mystery card that we want to get rid of. Now Sophie can get rid of the remains in play ones. She gets a chance to roll against a d6 on a 3+, but this is any. So it doesn't have to even be a remaining play card. So we're going to keep this. Put that over there. The next thing we've got to make a decision on is where is the actual Scarlet Shadow going to go. Now we could linger here, or we could actually go to the Monastery. If we go to the Monastery, there is a summoning circle again. So on a 3, 4, 5 and 6 at the Monastery, we could actually get another event card. So I'm just thinking whether to risk that for a biscuit. If we do get to the Monastery, we can buy items. We have 4. Let's just have a look at the Monastery items. So we could buy a guide. Now that is a cheap ally, and we have, in fact we could buy 2 guides, and they are cheap allies, and we have You Go First. So I think that has decided for me. Yeah. Something else David mentioned, like how cheap they were, and we've got enough to buy them. We can buy them, and we can we don't have to discard them. And what we can do, he can have 2 allies as well. It's not a problem. So I think, has he got entourage? He has. Oh no, that's endurance. Who is it? It's what's it who's got entourage? Inspector Cooke. So we can get one of the allies, so that's worth it. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we are going to move. He's going to pay 1 of his investigation, and he's going to use the secret passage at the Manor, and he's going to zoom across to the Monastery. So let's get across to the Monastery and carry on with his turn. And here we are at the Monastery. So here's the summoning circle thing. When encountering a space with a summoning circle, you must first roll a d6. On the roll of a 3+, draw an event card. 1 or a 2, we get a mystery card. Afterwards, we can encounter the space as normal. So we've got to do this first. And what we've got to do is get a 3, 4, 5 or 6. So let's be having it. Come on, Scarlet Shadow. A 5. Brilliant, we get an event card. So we're really piling up some event cards here. We've started getting some decent ones as well, as opposed to all the crap we were getting. So let's just do that. And come on. Teamwork. Play to gain +2 fight dice for each other hero in your space for a single attack. That's for each other hero, so when we get to a showdown, brilliant. Play to prevent up to 3 hits to any other hero or town elder in your space, including town elders in your hunted party. Oh yes, we're beginning to pull the good events now. We got a load of rubbish right at the beginning of the game, but now we're getting some really good stuff. If only we had that investigation for bloody Anne-Marie. We could start a showdown. Okay, so we've sorted that out. Now we can encounter the monastery space. But we can also buy things. I've just got to check how many allies you can have. I won't be a second. And I'm back. Yes, you can have one. You can have more than one ally, but unfortunately, not more than one from the same location. So we can't have two guides from the monastery. There are two guides in the deck, but we'll only be able to have one, and we are going to get one. You may discard guide to cancel and redraw any location card you have just drawn, but we'd like to keep him. The reason we'd like to keep him is we can use him in the showdown with that You Go First card, which would be extremely helpful. Now we need the monastery deck. I should have pulled that out, but we've got it now. So a crap shuffle. And a cut, and we get the Shrieking Shadow and the Scarlet Shadow. Investigation: a shrill scream rings out from the darkest corners of the monastery. Rushing outside to escape the noise, you are faced with terror in the sky. Make an Honour 5+ test. His Honour's amazing. And gain 2 investigation for every 5+ rolled. If failed, take 1 wound and make the test again until successful. So if you haven't got much honour, this is a pretty crappy test. But for the Scarlet Shadow, it's a laugh. He has 6 honour, 7 honour because of the sabre. He has 7 honour. So that is just amazing. So he gets to roll 7 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 5+. Come on. And we get 2 6s. Not as good as it could be, but at least he didn't fail. So that gives us an extra 4 investigation. Fantastic. So we discard this and put the monastery deck back, and he gets, was it 2 investigation? Bloody hell, read it properly. 2 investigation, so he gets 4. Yes, yeah, I just said that. Do. And that'll put him up to, he's just spent 1, that'll put him up to 7. So what we'll do, just keep things nice and tidy. Pull that across there, and we'll get 1 change. Okay. Right, so very good. He again has got, yes, so he's got 7 investigation. Inspector Cooke's got 7 investigation. No person hasn't got bloody investigation is Anne-Marie. Anyway, it is what it is. We have got an extra ally there. So, again, should be able to use him for You Go First. And we've got more than enough investigation left for the Scarlet Shadow to make his way back to the Manor. Just has to pay the secret passage, so that's good. Alright, that is it for the Scarlet Shadow, that is it for the hero phase. Next up is the mystery phase. And here we are at the mystery phase, so time to chant the old mantra, minion movement. Well, they don't move anywhere according to the Horror Minion chart. So, unless we get a mystery card, they stay put. After that, have any heroes been knocked out? No, for a change, they have not. So, we can move into the Unspeakable Horror. And does he need any healing? No, he does not. Now, before we get on with the mystery phase chart, we have to do the end times, which is we put another summoning ritual out. So let's grab one from over here, and we need the lair deck, crappy shuffle, and a. So where's it going? Now we could do with this going to the Manor. The abandoned keep. We've already got one at the abandoned keep, so we can get rid of that. So that goes back in there. And what it means is the one in the abandoned keep, when I just drag it out in a moment, which is this one, it turns into a void. So we have a void at the abandoned keep. So pop that up there. Bad news, because we we do want some investigation. The bad news is we do not get a minion. We don't have to roll for a minion because you only roll for those on summoning circles. So that's that gone. Pop that back over here. And that means we're on the Advanced Cooperative Mystery Phase chart. We need to roll 2 dice. And what do we get? We get a 5. I thought we were going to get a 2 then, which is bad news. But we get a 5. Actually, would a 2 have been so bad, a surprise showdown? Oh no, you don't get a hunting party or anything like that, so good job we didn't. We got 5, didn't we? Darkness falls. The shadow track immediately moves D3 steps closer to darkness. The heroes may collectively take 5 wounds, divided as they see fit to prevent this. No hero may take more wounds. D3. That may put us over the next stage. I need to think here. Won't be a moment, because this is a big decision. Okay, had a quick think. Helped by the fact that when I actually checked the Hold Back the Darkness card, we can't actually use it on the Cooperative Mystery Phase chart. We can only use it on a mystery card. So, so what we've got to do is we've just got to hope that we don't roll a 5 or a 6. I'm not going to take 5 wounds to stop it happening, because it's just a pain at this stage of the game to sort of get that back. So what we're going to do is we're going to hope for a low number. We get a 4. So that is going to take us to 5. So we're really close now. And you know what? Because of that, I am actually going to play Hold Back the Darkness now. Because we're going to use it. We're in the red and we want to move the shadow trap back. 5 is a bit close to the next stage, so we're going to play it. That's a pity. I wanted to give a resolve token to Sophie, but yeah, it's just too close to going into the next stage. So we're going to do a roll. A 6, yes. So top banana. And we move it back 3. Oh, pity we had to waste the card, but we kept it in the stage and we've sort of reset it to that stage. So that was an excellent time to get a 6 and move that back. So that's the Advanced Cooperative Mystery chart done. However, we've still got the mystery card. So we'll have to find out what this is. And we will do a cut, and what do we get? Agents of Evil. Mystery. Roll once on the villain's minion chart and place that minion on the board at a random location. Move the shadow trap 1 step closer to darkness. So it's a good job we did use that event card. So this goes down to 7. Got a roll on the... Now, on this one, it says roll on the villain's minion chart and place that minion on the board at a random location. So if we don't roll a minion, I'm sure this time that we don't have to put it on. If we get a summoning circle, I'll put the summoning circle on because there's still a chance of getting a minion with that. But if we roll 1 to 2, Corruption and Madness, you do not get a minion. So we won't do that. I'm sure I'm reading it right this time. It says place that minion. That's all. It doesn't say anything about completing whatever role that you do, which the last one did. So what we want is a 1 or a 2. Come on. I'm not going to roll that 6 again. A 3, so we do get a summoning circle. I am going to do the summoning circle, as I say, because there is a chance of getting the summoning circle. So, put that. I mean, there is a chance of getting a minion off a summoning circle, so we'll go through that whole palaver. So, summoning ritual again. And we need a lair card. We want to cut. We've already shuffled it this turn. Stone Bridge. And again, we've already got a summoning circle there, so it just turns into a void. I don't think it actually had to do that. I think on that case it was actually rolling a minion, which would have been a 4, 5 or a 6. But as it is, we've done it. Put that back. We got 2 voids this turn, didn't we? That was a bit of a bummer. And that is it. That is it for episode 9. Again, a good turn, apart from the fact we just cannot seem to get any investigation whatsoever for Anne-Marie. She's the only person who needs investigation. We just cannot get it. We got a good ally in the guide. We can throw him to the wolves during the showdown. And what else did we get? We got some good event cards. One we had to burn, but it did the job, because otherwise we'd have ended up going over the stage, which would have meant that Sophie would have gone to the town hall. As it is, she's already at the town hall with Watsy, so that wouldn't have been too bad, because Inspector Cooke's already at the town hall, and he has 7 investigations, so he could have got her back, but at least he didn't have to spend 4 investigation to do it and mess around. The Scarlet Shadow, yes, he got that guide, and he got a few more investigation. Everybody's getting investigation but Anne-Marie. And Anne-Marie did okay as well. It wasn't too bad, but she couldn't keep the skeleton key because she already has an item from the manor. So that was a bit of a blow. But yeah, we really need to get some investigation to her, because we're struggling to get to a showdown here. And she definitely needs to be in the showdown. I mean, if it was Inspector Cooke who didn't have any investigation, you know, I might just risk it for a biscuit, because Anne-Marie's so powerful with all those books. But she definitely needs investigation. So it's just drawing it out, isn't it? Which is a bit of a pain in the rump, but never mind. And I'm back on shifts now. So from tomorrow I'm back on shift. So I'll try, after a 12-hour shift, I might try and get a... I might have to, in fact, I might have to do another round today, which I normally wouldn't do. So in a couple of hours, I'll do another round, I think, because otherwise we're not going to finish this in time. So we'll have to get a move on. Okie dokie. Right, anyway, that is it for episode 9. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the subscriptions, for all the views, for all the likes and the dislikes, and for all the help and support. You're all marvellous. Any errors, as normal, shout out. I've been making a couple lately, so shout out what I've missed, and I will try to fix them for next turn if I can do so. Other than that, anybody who's been across to Board Game Links to upvote the site, or gone across to Board Game Geek to vote up the video threads there, or make a comment, or drop geek, or anything like that, thank you so much. Big shout out to the Twitter, Instagram and Facebook followers, hello, and thank you to you as well. That is the end of episode 9. I hope that you will join me for episode 10, but until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.